Hello and welcome to Embrace Eternity with myself, Cass, and Becca, where we talk about Mass Effect, Dragon Age, other games, and pretty much anything else we want to talk about. So join us and embrace eternity.
Today we're talking about the massive hemorrhaging of information that we sort of got. I mean, it's still pretty vague, but they released tons of articles and 4 videos because I guess a bunch of different video game reviewers for companies got 4. It was between 3 and 5 hours.
I got this now. I remember.
Play.
Okay, so they had an Australian thing, and I think they had one somewhere else too, maybe more than that. But yeah, people from press Emmy Odyssey, a bunch of, and then some people that I came across and I couldn't even listen or read their content because it was weird. A lot of people, non-discriminately, a ton, got to play. I think it was 3 hours, and basically you started off. They jumped you forward. Most people got to play somewhere. They thought it was maybe still the first half or 2/3 of the way in, so people could play the beginning as Scott, and then they choose again when they get to the 1/3. So basically BioWare was you can come in here. They didn't get to see character creator or anything like that, but they got to play the game for a good chunk of time, and people's takes on that is what we're talking about, and there's a lot of them, a real lot, and
yeah.
It was tiring.
So much that it was overwhelming.
Yeah, and there's not too much conflicting stuff. I will say that there was some stuff that one person would say one thing, I'd read another article, and they were but I think the thing is that they were playing saves, So a lot of people were well, maybe in my save, this rider hadn't behaved in the way that I was behaving now. I don't know how that worked. Maybe it was a hostile rider and then they would get options and not be able to do those things. So I'm not really sure how that worked, but that kind of apparently made the playthroughs a little different, especially when it came to flirting, because some people were well, I could flirt with them and then they couldn't, and it didn't seem to matter about gender. But then people weren't specifying gender, so I was really confused. So, oh God, where should we even start? I just feel like I'm going to babble a lot. Oh, let me start at a good thing. IGN, the best coverage, I think, was from, I wish I knew her name, but IGN had this lovely journalist cover it, and I watched her interview and read her article, and she was very non-spoilery, and she actually mentioned drones. And I was excited. She said it was a perk. So we know that is true now because I tweeted at Ian Fraser, who is the nicest dude on the staff, by the way. I adore him. He's a sweetheart. And he answered my question, and we are going to have drones as a perk in the engineering profile. So I'm very excited about that. That's a good thing. Real good. And another good thing, I'm taking this one because I've earned it, is that, let me find the Korean thing. That's right. It's about Koreans. There was an interview with, I can never remember how his name is done. Fabrice, yes.
Yeah.
Where somebody asked about Koreans. This isn't actually what a dev said, but the person who was writing said that he suspected, or he or she suspected, they would play a minor part, Koreans would. And the dev said, you should look for them, but I can't answer. If you're interested to know what happened to the Koreans, where they are, be careful of choices you make and pay attention. And I thought that was important to note because, I'm obviously going to pay attention. I'm going to be looking around every corner. I'm going to be I'm going to be trying to lift things up. I'm going to look for holes in walls. I'm going to be looking for Koreans everywhere. But just if you're interested in that, pay attention and make good choices, kids.
It makes me worry that it's going to be like that mission in Inquisition where you have the opportunity to help the Dalish, and they don't explain that if you do the wrong thing, it'll kill your whole Dalish clan. So that's kind of,
I'm going to be responsible for murdering the entire Korean population. I mean, well, of,
Yeah, because I
of
mean,
here.
maybe only a small amount of them come through, and that's why they don't have their own arc. Obviously, that and
Yeah,
everybody's
well,
space racist
yeah,
against them.
other people probably knew this, but we know that the Krogan didn't have their own, as I suspected, but
Yeah.
yeah. I guess it's not a spoiler to say that we for sure know that the other arcs were the Solarian, Asari, and Turian. So that's
No, that's not a spoiler.
not a spoiler. And another thing, just a random thing, is that apparently the whole thing where you overhear people talking about an issue and you're within range and it pops up in your quest log is back. And I was not a fan of this because I don't know, I would miss them, and I hated, and sometimes they wouldn't do it and I have to walk back, and I don't know. I hope that it's an improved system, but that's something someone mentioned. And I feel like there's a lot of like really small things, like Ryder, the people who are playing got to get a leather jacket for casual wear, which like you knew was going to happen. I don't know if it's for both genders. I'm hopeful.
I mean, they said that you can mix and match a lot of the clothing.
Ooh, is it like the doll games I love online?
I
where you,
feel like
put little
it might be.
pants
Some
on?
of them they said were bizarre. So
Yeah, that I want to put on like booty shorts on my Scott and be like, well, he won't be Scott, but you know what I mean. And just but you can customize colors. Someone said they tried to have like Superman colors, that every outfit they recolored to look like Superman, and it was really odd. And I was like, well, that would be odd. I'm gonna be real, that would be very odd.
yeah, it was at the Venture Beat article said you can mix and match ridiculous clothing if you want, neon purple hair, or choose your character's makeup. And then they talk. Apparently, you can have tattoos in this one, which I don't know. Like,
yeah, I want
to what
scars
extent?
because I know people are like tattoos, but I'm like, because I already have in my head that my writer has scars. I'm waiting for that, but
Yeah, that's on there. They said
Really?
lipstick, eyeshadow, blush, eyeliner, scars, and tattoos.
yay! Yeah, a lot of people were comparing it to Inquisition, which is a good thing because there were a lot of things that Inquisition did right. So that's a really good thing, and I don't know where it is on my sheet, but in line with that, the hair customization, obviously, apparently really like crazy hairstyles are possible.
Pink mullet.
Yeah, so like you can have unnatural, quote unquote, colored hair, and I'm assuming much different kind of hairstyles. Hopefully there's not 20 versions of like a crew cut. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm really excited to see those options, and I'm sad that they're not featuring that because I feel like for a lot of people that would be incentive. I can think of a lot of people, but we did find out they're not going to release the CC. Just on its own. We won't see any previews, but I am going to play the trial. So I'm going to put my CC on, assuming that's the one I use, I'm putting it on my YouTube channel.
I'm going to do the same thing. So you'll have two versions.
Yeah, we can see it. And you can see me try to create my temperance as my writer. And it might be awful. It might be. And you're going to do Dolly first, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try and do Dahlia. And then I'll probably just try to make something else just to show all of the capabilities of it. But
yeah, and you're probably not going to get it right on the first time.
Oh no.
Because
No,
I
no.
doubt they learned anything from using this great lighting when you're in or even like, what always bugs me? Like you don't know with the Inquisitor how you really look until you get out into the sun with Cassandra, because in there, like the shadows are nice and you're like, whoa, you're so angular and beautiful. And then you get out and you're like, oh my God, who is this troll? What have you done?
Yeah. And the
What
makeup
have
is
you
always
done?
like, it looks really subtle and beautiful. And then you get
Yeah,
out in the sun,
no.
you're like, oh my God,
All
that
right.
was a pink? What the
Now,
hell?
as someone who's made a lot of characters, here's some tips from me to you. The number one thing is when it comes to blush, always put it at no more than a 2. If you want it to be really visible, do a 3. Okay? All right? And never use pink tones. This is my tip. Oh, and never max eyeliner. You know, the eyeliner thing is what bugs me most about the CC and Inquisition, because it doesn't look like eyeliner so much as like
a ring
thickest.
Around.
Yeah, it's like a thick border, and that's like, okay, sure, a male, maybe a dude who has not worn makeup. There are men who wear makeup. But if you're a dude who doesn't wear makeup, or a woman who hasn't worn makeup, maybe you don't understand. But eyeliner is not literally like taking a giant marker and thickly going around your whole eye. That's not the definition. Oh God. And that's what it makes me think of, that somebody who had never worn makeup in their life was like, well, you know what? Shh, I'm literally making the gesture now. But anyway, it gets me. So never turn your slider up, because even if you're trying to make somebody who's in heavy makeup, you're just going to be sick. you're not going to look right. Well. No.
It reminds me of those videos on YouTube where it's like, my boyfriend does my makeup, and it's these guys being like, lipstick is for eyes?
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes the CC looks worse than that if you don't tone it down.
That's true. Rough.
The shame. But you know, we had those tweets like forever ago about asking people questions on how makeup works. So maybe that worked out. From Dev.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of anything else in line with that. Oh.
There's the background training, which is the first thing you pick.
Oh, yeah.
There's security, biotic, technician, leader, scrapper, and operative, and then you can unlock more of the background training types as you progress in the game. So that means like you don't have to, whatever you pick in the beginning, if you end up being like, I don't really like this, you can pretty much customize your writer, which I think is so cool. I'm so excited about it.
Me too. And I think I had more on that. You already listed them, but hold on. Oh, okay. Operatives, which was one of them. Operatives start with a tactical cloak and are basically infiltrators, while scrappers, who start with biotic charge power and some points in combat fitness, are probably closest to vanguards. I thought that was relevant to your interests.
Wait, which one was it?
Scrappers.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to be.
Yeah, so you're going to be a scrapper. Leaders are trickier to place. They start with energy drain and a new skill called team support, which apparently gives access to special tech to help squad survivability. If you don't pick operative at the start, for instance, you'll need to spend 9 points on other tech skills to unlock tactical cloak later. The combat looks really cool. I suggest everyone watch those videos on the Mass Effect official YouTube, because I love the freeze thing. There's just so much that I love. And we saw that the Widow, which in my last Mass Effect playthrough, I discovered the Widow for the first time because I'm a dummy. And by the way, Becca knows this, but I didn't realize you could upgrade your guns until like the last mission of Mass Effect 3. And
I mean, it's impressive that you got that far without upgrading them and you didn't die a ton.
I'm devastated. I was devastated. I was wrecked by that. I was wrecked by that discovery. But anyway, we have the Widow, and I want to snipe. So they don't really go into detail about the other ones, like security. No, security, they said. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I want to be explorer-y and engineer-y for sure. But I like sniping, so I don't know how I'm gonna... It'll be interesting to see how I work that in and make it something. But out of all those, I guess... I mean, I like biotics too. I just want to do it all, and it looks like I can. Because we know we have 4 profiles that basically in combat you could... all throughout it, you can switch as many times as you want to said profile with those abilities and your favorites. And that's going to be really exciting. And like, I'm not usually excited about combat, but I am pretty excited. And I read somewhere in a bunch of places actually that they love the jump pack, or what is it called? Is that what it's called? I don't know. And they enjoy using it, and it's pretty big because I guess a lot of people felt that we start off, at least where they played, pretty squishy. So definitely be squatting behind stuff. Is that the right word? Probably not.
Yeah, they said stuff could like one hit kill you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't be like that.
Don't be a hero.
You know, don't be a hero.
Just
Get
hide.
behind y'all. Get behind y'all and hide, and you're good. You're good. Hold on.
I know they said that the animation, like a lot of the which we don't know how long ago they played the 5 hours, but I know that a lot of the the articles said that the animation still looked a little like cartoony or, Mass Effect kind of exaggerated and silly, which is sort of charming, but also at the same time, it's like, it's 2017, Some games have really gotten it, but I know they fixed like 5,000 bugs in the time between whatever build these people reviewed and now.
When you see devs on Twitter, they're just like, they're bugging when they're on trips, they're bugging, they're just going through, and that's that was mentioned a lot. A lot of people were like, yeah, we crashed a lot, and I just hope, and they hope, and that it's all resolved in time, and if not, then they do what the hell it takes to get it resolved or delay, because releasing the game bugged will be bad.
Not a good look,
and not something they should do. So, but they're smart and they're working really hard. So, as far as the animations go, the thing is, I've said, because I'm kind of done talking about the gamer dude. Forgive my phrase if you're a dude or offended by that, but like that whole, they're ugly, it looks awful. I'm done with that. But all I can comment on is to look back through the Mass Effect series and look at all the faces and be like, what do you expect? I mean, it would be nice, but there's also something kind of charming. Like, sure, in Inquisition, one of the things that always got me was that, like, you can change the face only so much. Like, you can't really customize. Once you pick a nose shape, you can change parts of it, but ultimately it retains that. It's not like putty, So Inquisition wasn't perfect. It'd be nice if they were even on that level, but I just don't think that's where they put the focus, And I'm cool with that if it goes into other things. And it's almost charming, as I was saying, or maybe I didn't get to that, but it almost is. Like, I don't mind it that much. And I don't know.
Who's to say everybody has to be like beautiful? I don't know. It really irritates me.
Somebody made a great point that it was like, you are aware that if you don't play Sarah, then you are her twin brother. So why the hell does it matter to you if she's attractive?
Yeah.
Like, what? And I was like, that's a great point. I mean, I think Biofan said that, or somebody said it, and I was like, that's just true. God.
I've gotten really irritated. I mean, I'm irritated with the dude bro sort of. Sorry again if that offends you, but a lot of
you don't have to say it. I only say it. You go ahead and you be the mean one today.
Yeah. It irritates me because it's not just them, but there are some women that are perpetuating it as well, where they're like,
oh yeah,
they'll like edit her face to make her like quote unquote more aesthetically pleasing or beautiful or whatever, and it's like, why is her bigger nose and bigger chin not attractive, and why do you feel the need to like micromanage her face, especially since she's based off of an actual person? It just really like, it's gross. And, if you want to customize your character and have them have, beautiful, flawless, like proportions on their face, that is great. And I am so happy for you. But, it's not that model's job to be beautiful for you. And it's not Sarah's job to, she's in the military. She's not there to be aesthetically pleasing. Like, that's not.
And just something that I like assumed, but apparently people were disillusioned by, is that when they scan a model, they're not like they alter it and tweak it. And I think part of that is for the model's purpose. Like, they might be scanning the face as a base, but they might have other projects, so they don't want it to look exactly like them. And they also just modify it in different ways. So I don't want to dedicate time to it, but I agree with you that it's just exhausting. And I won't talk about the core thing anymore, because like I feel like I've lost all emotion. It's hard to control oneself and to be like, well, They must be so miserable. Just miserable human beings.
Well, I think what pisses me off mostly is the fact that there's not this like microscopic and like super harsh judgment on all of the dudes. It's the whole like I was reading this thing where they were talking about men, and it's like unattractive men, like, yeah, of course men still have like things and pressures they have pressures from society to look a certain way and whatever, but they're still afforded their personhood if they aren't attractive. Whereas women, if you're unattractive, are not afforded personhood. A lot of the time that's stripped from you because you're ugly or a troll or whatever bullshit they want to put on you.
Yeah, anyone who is not seen as semi-attractive, or if you're semi-attractive but fat, that also is. There's a lot of ways that people can dehumanize you, and it really sucks. And not to blast anything here, but I can't check BSN anymore, which is the unofficial like BioWare fan forum, because even when you're casually strolling in a thread about nothing about that, just like I used to check the Twitter thread, but you just have somebody going on tirades page and page, commenting on mostly appearances, her hair, Cora's hair, that I'm so tired, and there's like nowhere you can go where it seems like people actually want to like talk about the game in a good way, like you can complain about stuff. I do it all the time, but
being critical is different
stressful
than being mean.
Yeah, I'm just it's a strange, the internet, it kills me sometimes, so I'm kind of taking a backseat on that and just like trying to stick to the positive stuff, like there were things that I wanted to talk about in this that I'm like, I'm not going to talk about those because it doesn't really do anything. Sometimes you have thoughts in your head that you don't say aloud, people. Do you know that? Do you know sometimes you have thoughts and you think to yourself, you know what? That's not fair or right or kind or productive. So I'm just going to put that away. Put that away in my negative box of my brain where you put the stuff that is not worth time or energy and is kind of mean.
It's called a filter, and a lot of those people don't have it.
Yeah. But it's okay because, I think Tumblr in that respect, at least I can like decide whom I follow,
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard if you don't want to see those things, and most of the people are saying things, and you can surely block people, but then after a while you're just like block, and you're like, oh my god, why am I even here? I don't see anything. So that's just my personal experience, but the whole look thing, I'm over it, and my energy is best spent on talking about let's talk about the cat.
Well, I agree. I want to talk about like positive stuff because I feel like sometimes we get really like frustrated and we just end up talking about negative things, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not giving it the time.
No.
I'm not giving it the time. So,
we
the
can
cat.
Yeah, the cat.
I want to talk about the cat. The cat are destructive and angry, not particularly friendly. Expect to be shooting at them a lot. But the Angara live in large, close-knit, familiar groups with spirituality being passed on by parents to the offspring. So they say, I remember seeing something about getting 2 really good discussions in with squadmates or people on your crew, and I assume one of those is Jal, just because I think they would give us some insight into that. So I have to think that maybe they're a more spiritual people, The whole cat being angry and destructive is like, okay, but we still don't know a lot about them, other than some people were saying that, the Archon feels a bit hollow. But then again, they have not played the entire game. So this is based off of a snippet of their play style too.
Yeah.
You don't know what options they chose, which we will see a lot in talking about this, that you don't know what options they chose. So different people got different stuff. And we saw a lot of mention of the Scourge, which was that, what should I call it? Black, gunk, cloudy stuff. I don't recall if it's particularly sparkly, but it's like some evil thing that we encounter very early on. And I'm not going to talk more about that because I feel like it would be spoilery, but I don't know. I feel like we did we mention the spoilers? Should we have done that first?
I guess we mentioned that we weren't really going to talk about anything story-wise, but we were going to talk about...
Or was that off mic? I can never remember.
I think it was off mic. I think it was on.
All right. Okay. That's fine too. But yeah, mild spoilers, but not really anything that would be story. I'm leaving out. So yeah, the cat. There wasn't that much about them, if I recall.
They said that it seemed like maybe they were experiencing, like, this was one person who'd played, like, take on it. They were like, it seems like maybe they're experiencing similar things to the Milky Way galaxy. Like, maybe they came to Andromeda hoping for similar things, but they're not sure because obviously they only got a tiny snippet. So it's just, theory.
Yeah, so nothing else on them. I was a little disappointed. There was talk of characters from people, but I wonder if maybe that wasn't their priority. We do have some characteristics, some various stuff that people observed. Yes, they observed it from just having interactions. Liam apparently has a Cockney accent, and that's someone's. We heard some of that, so I guess that's fair. He's cool, upbeat, and a natural fit for the role of your best bro. Something just not... Because I'm not going to mention it later on. I'll just put it here. Cora, weirdly, like, through everything I read, all the articles, videos, I didn't hear anybody really talk about her. And I didn't know how to feel about that. Like, maybe, not in the beginning. I don't know. It's very odd. I found it odd that she wasn't really... mentioned. But,
my thought is maybe because it says in the Eurogamer thing, which is also I don't know. Anyways, they said that she's stricter and trained to be your senior, but now having to deal with the fact that that's no longer the case.
Oh, I have that here too. So, I must have skimmed over that.
What I'm wondering is if at the beginning of the game she sort of like steers clear of you because she's pissed because it's like, what the fuck, this 22-year-old is somehow like senior to me and I have all this biotic training. I do this, that, and whatever. And the fact that she can romance Scott later, obviously, her feelings change, but maybe at the beginning she's a little colder and a little more like, just whatever. Because I know that some people said that the way that she responded to them made them want to be more professional with her. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I had that here. I kind of passed over it. But everybody, it appears, has like a place as they did in other games where they hang out. But again, like in 3, they seem to move around and you can find them on the map. I read that there's like a bulletin board where people can leave you messages and stuff. So basically, I guess it's like a terminal, but it's sort of like, I don't know. I think that's really interesting. I thought that was cool.
I can't wait for passive aggressive notes. I'm so excited.
I know. Like, what have you done in this room? Clean it up, you bastard.
Has anyone seen my pet steak?
But I will say they said that both of those, Liam and Cora, are a million times better than Ashley and Kaden.
Yes.
And
so
you know what?
excited.
I'm happy about that
Me
because,
too.
I mean, as much as I might have been fond of Ashley and Kaden, I don't know if I had other choices that they would have been the people I would have chosen to be friends with.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, you will find Kalojath, who we know is the pilot. We learned that Dr. Lexi, her name is Lexi Tapero, and she's voiced by Natalie Dormer, which was like, I had a mini heart attack, I think.
Oh, I felt my soul leave my body. I was so excited.
Yeah. It's a beautiful life, and I have a lot on her. Well, not a lot, but I have some stuff on her that if I can find it here,
In the interview with her, she stated that she's 275 years old, which I thought was actually like kind of young for an Asari.
Yeah, that's old. That is, but that's older than both PB and Liara.
True.
So that is a good thing. Okay, so I have some information on Suvi. She's a human woman with an Irish accent, and
Scottish.
What? No, it said Irish. Scottish is the other guy.
No, I saw Scottish over and over for her, for Suvi.
Okay, somebody else maybe they had the accent wrong because that's what I literally copy and pasted.
Oh, weird. Well, she's either
Oh.
Irish or Scottish, but I saw
Well,
lots of
here's the
Scottish.
thing. Biofan tweeted at the lady who did Kate's voice acting in Fallout 4, and she is Irish. And I don't know why he'd do that if he didn't also see that. So I'm not calling you wrong. I'm just saying I thought I saw Irish too. Either way, I don't know. That would be cool if she was, because I loved Kate. She was like the person in Fallout 4 that I adored the most. I thought she was really great and adorable, and so maybe I'm wrong about that, but it would be cool. And she's the ship navigator. Oh, you're right. It says Scottish. But here's the thing, though. Like, I don't know. Maybe they were mixing up their accents. I don't know.
I also saw her as the science officer in multiple things. Scottish science
Yeah,
officer.
people are just confused, but people do agree that it's her voice that narrates the galaxy map.
I also saw her written as pilot, and I was like, y'all, please stop just writing bullshit that you don't understand.
It says Scottish pilot. And I wouldn't have put that myself, but
no, because Callow's the pilot, and we already knew
somebody
that.
says one such person, Suvi. She's staring out into the depths of space. I don't want to read that part because I feel like that's spoiler, but she seems to be a religious person, which is interesting. I included some random thing in here that squadmates are better and react fast and handle themselves, which I was excited. I think it did confirm that we can switch between squadmates. Like, we can give them instructions that are specific and pause, and like DAI. Am I wrong about that?
No, they said the opposite. They said there's no more freezing, and you don't micromanage them. Like, you don't tell them what to do. You can tell them who to attack, but not like you don't pick their stuff for them.
I read what I wanted to, and that's the truth. But I again have Irish accent in another place, so I don't know. She's a woman of science and faith. I always get kind of uncomfortable. I have such a weird, I'm an atheist, so, and my feelings on religion are tainted by my own personal experience, but
yeah, I'm agnostic, and I was raised Southern Baptist, so I pretty much, if anybody says they're religious, I visibly cringe, and I feel bad because it's not that, if it makes you happy and whatever, I can't. It stresses me out.
Yeah, understandable. And I kind of hope that if she is a romance option, somebody was hinting that she could be the lesbian, I'd be kind of, I wouldn't be able to have any, that would just make me really uncomfortable if that's a big part of her, which I respect. But a lot of people I saw were really, really happy because they're very religious. I read one particular article where they were like, I'm so glad somebody was discussing this, and I think people will be excited about that. She's lived her life having to justify her beliefs. So in my version of a relationship with her would be awful, because I'd be like, I can't right now. I feel like she wouldn't like me anyway, because I have very strong beliefs the other way around, So it's a tricky line.
I respect it. I mean, it's especially since I feel like there's a lot of people who are negative about faith and stuff, regardless of your religious background or beliefs. But I respect having I don't know, just the resolve to be like, no, this is what I believe, and I'm going to be upfront about it. And
probably a super strong personality then, because she's had to really, so that's a great thing. And we were talking about Lexi, and the stuff that I found upon looking for anything about her personality was, Natalie said she had dry humor. There was mention of her character having a crush on Drac. So that, we had been speculating, who's the lesbian? It isn't her. No. So that's one thing we know. I don't know if I'm disappointed about that as much as I am just like, all right, I guess we'll have, the thing I think about when it comes to Suvi is that I didn't want to romance train her. She was sweet, and I was really happy to be friends with her, but I wasn't into the human, So I just hope that isn't another human lesbian. I don't seem to get the alien lesbians ever, and it depresses me.
I feel like if Trainer had been in more than just the third game, I would have been way more into her. I loved her as a character, and I liked her as a friend, and I thought she was super funny and super cute. but she wasn't interesting to me as a romance option because we barely knew her. Like, I needed...
Yeah, and I felt like I was in a position of an inappropriate position to be pursuing that, because we work together every day. She's like right there, and I felt it was really inappropriate. Not that I'm the most appropriate person, but I was just like, I feel kind of iffy about this because here you are, new to the crew, and I don't want to put you in that position. So, I mean, I guess if you were super into her and you could say, well, you know, I don't know. I just didn't find it like, I can't resist. I'm not like some sexual harasser. I'm not going to be like, I can't resist you. I don't care that I'm above you.
That's what made me uncomfortable about Vega's, not romance.
Oh, for sure. Like the flirtation. Like I felt real bad.
Well, you
I'll
feel
speak for myself. I
predatory
felt
because
bad.
he constantly is like, no, like he plays a
Well,
lot, but he doesn't
it's
mean
a problem that I wish he didn't do that at all.
Yeah.
Though. Like, I'm not blaming him.
No.
I think it's inappropriate on both sides, and I felt that so much more so in the last playthrough because I was never skipping anything, so I was always listening and I was always uncomfortable and I was mean to him. So I would go from being renegade, like I don't show me you're worthy of being in 7 to like, oh, I bet you do, or like there were lines playing. There were lines playing that I thought to myself, if this shepherd was gay or if she was a lesbian, then this would be so inappropriate because he's like, would Liara be okay with this at times?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just flirting. It's weird. And oh God, it gets real weird.
I know that some people were really sad they couldn't romance him. And if I think they had handled his character differently, it would have been fine, but just the way it is in game makes me feel so uncomfortable.
I would have done it too. I think I'm in favor of that. The thing that turned me off it was the Citadel thing, and and like every other scene ever, and it's just weird. It's weird
because in the movie there's like a kind of like an anime movie where it gives his backstory, and he's like your biggest fanboy, and then I think he gets a little disenchanted with you after, you know, the whole
you know what I always think, and that is something that like I don't want to say it's subtle because I don't think it is at all, but like your first interactions with him, really, when he finally is like, you know, my people died, and he tells you the story and you were off getting the collector stuff and they didn't even need to be doing what they were doing, I feel like he hates you. So I definitely think that he, no matter what, does not like you because what he did, he now deems useless because in retrospect it didn't do anything, and you fixed it all, and his crew died for nothing, his people. So I'm with you on that, and I felt like James as a whole was pretty passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Sometimes not passive, and I still liked him, but just upon further playing and different play styles, you do kind of realize that he actually, I wouldn't think he's a fan of yours at all.
No.
Like, maybe in a way that like, I gotta be better than you, but not in a way like maybe you're what he wants to be but better. I don't think that would be a fan anymore, though. Nope.
No, that's more like competition. I don't know. He's really like likable in fanfic. I really love the way that the fandom has personified.
He's likable when he's not written by actual writers on the team.
Yep.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had on Suvi, and I guess we could just go into other Squadmate stuff if you want.
Yeah.
Because I know I have some little stuff, but
I have quite a bit on Vetra.
Okay, go ahead. You may do the Vetra.
Okay. So Eurogamer stated that Vetra has, I guess this is when they were talking about her backstory, Vetra has a little sister she's protective of, who also made the jump to Andromeda. She seems warmer and younger than Garrus, and they say her personality's closer to Tally. The other thing they said where is it?
And that was so exciting to me.
Yeah.
That was so damn exciting.
The only thing I'm not excited about is, apparently someone else said that It seemed like she's trying to, oh, this is from the GameSpot article. She felt it necessary to justify her presence on the mission, indicating she's dealing with issues of inadequacy and self-confidence, which I can relate to personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the only thing that I did not like seeing about her was in a video. Apparently, in PC Games and video, they talked about flirting, and they said Sarah was able to flirt with everyone but Jal. And this is that later save, because I guess they decided to play Sarah in the later save where it picks up.
Yeah, well, somebody mentioned this, just not to cut you off, but they were like, well, perhaps you had flirted, or whoever played the previous part of the game before you came in with that save had flirted with somebody else.
Yeah.
So again, circumstances, because I saw plenty of people who were like, some didn't specify gender they were playing, but that they could flirt with Jal, Liam, Vetra. So, and this one time where I saw Vetra, I think it was a woman writing the article, but that doesn't mean she was playing as
this is true.
Sarah. So if people don't specify, because a lot of people switched up, so it's hard to say, but I think I have another thing. Some people said that Vetra was like kind of changing the subject when you tried. I think that's the same person.
Yeah, it was that video. He said that he tried to flirt with her and she changed it. Yeah.
It says that she specializes in gathering information.
Oh, I didn't say that, but yeah.
Yes, that's a part of it. And I shouldn't put this together. Oh, here we go. She changed the subject when female tried to flirt. But I think you might have said that was later in the game.
Yeah, that was the second save or whatever.
But apparently, Jal had a hug option instead of a flirt at one point with a female. And Liam seemed taken back, but PB flirted back. So, and we know that PB mentioned having an ex-girlfriend, so she is clearly from that at least bi. So yeah. that was a good thing. And Liam did flirt, and Vetra, and that might have been on male, to be honest with you. I don't know. Which is interesting. A lot of people were speculating, and I think that would be awesome. I'm all the way team Jal bi, because everyone should experience the nice fella, nice kitty.
He's apparently huge.
Yeah, I read that too.
She was like, or he, I don't know who, like, what
but
gender
somebody said,
like, he's huge.
Okay, I don't remember where I got this from, because I'm not like you, and I didn't put like where it's from, because I'm just not good. But somebody said, all I know from my time with the game is that I was able to flirt with Vetra, Andromeda's Lady Turian. She seemed pretty into it. And I said they probably played a female because they were female, but that's me being wishful and not actually saying from experience. A lot of people that are cis females will play a dude. I don't know, but I'm putting that out there because it's what I want. Okay. Drac apparently is angry. PB is edgy. People said that Jal speaks slowly, solemnly, and seriously. And I also read a thing that said that he doesn't get jokes, like at least jokes that have to do with things in the context of Milky Way stuff.
Which makes sense.
Like he takes things literally. And I was like, that is going to be pretty fun. That will be fun. I will enjoy it. He has cat-like eyes, broad shoulders, and reminded a lot of people of Javik. But he seems to be more sympathetic. And as you said, a very large person, which people were drawing him small, by the way.
Yeah.
And like slim shoulders. And I was like, dude, have you seen this? Please only display the giant version, because he big boy.
He looks like a linebacker, but that's
we don't have his weight yet, but
we
don't have his weight. And this is the only I'm reading my email, it said system. This is the only scenario where I want to know the weight, because like he seems huge.
Yeah.
Just huge kitty. Huge chubby kitty.
Big man.
That's what I call him, big kitty.
Big kitty. Big kitty Jal. I don't know. I'm so glad that he's like, I was so worried when I read that he reminded people of Javik, because I was like, I mean, I enjoy Javik, but
yeah, me too.
I did
and he
not
and
want to be his
Renegade,
bud at all, because he was kind of a dick.
I'll be honest with you, he was, but he and Renegade, my last one, just got along so well, because they were, well, not in the way that he, his race enslaved everybody and told them to get on board or fuck off or die. That is harsh, but
harsh, yes.
That's
harsh is a good
harsh.
word for it.
That's a little bit harsh, but I there were things about Javik that I found really amazing. And I always wondered what happened to him. Well, he said he was going to go live with the Hanar because they worshipped him. Or he would if they survived. And
fair enough, I guess.
I like to think he did. What if he did? That would have been the worst thing in Mass Effect 3 if at the end, like, he was with you, he had to come with you, and he just dies right before you go in. And you're like, what the fuck?
That would be horrible.
I'm the last one.
He dead now.
Sorry. I'm just making some terrible fanfic in my head. And I like it. They compared Suvi to Thane, which was another thing that upset me because I was like, I was not a big fan of Thane. He was my friend, but I never saw like attraction to him.
As someone in the bad dad club, if you're a bad dad, I tend to be like, I don't know if I want to talk to you.
Yeah. PB is wisecracking. She refuses to entertain personal questions and says she has no interest in putting down roots or finding a new family in the crew. She's bounced between happy-go-lucky, guarded, and distant. So she sounds like a lot of fun. Like, I get a bit of a headache thinking about that scenario. But as I said, she discusses an ex-girlfriend's rejection that resulted in her joining Ryder's crew. Whether that is like the initiative in itself or if they mean like she was on the planet and then she left the crew.
From what they've described of her, that seems like something she'd do. Be like, I'm going to make a really impulsive decision just based on, I don't know, things not going my way. So I'm out of here. Bye. She does, from what they've told us, she does seem like a lot of the time we're going to be like, okay, edgelord, all right, you're cute.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, it's based upon their perception, too.
This
so
is true.
You don't know until you go in and anyway, but something I found interesting is that apparently people think, or they've noticed from their brief glimpse into it, that if you are talking in one tone, like head, heart, whatever, rational, emotional, over time you're like not passive, but you're the options you don't select, like if you get into a conversation, hey, what's up, and before you choose dialogue, I guess those things are, they believe, formulated from your past choices, so it's going to pick up on what kind of character you are, which I hope is true, and it seems like enough people mentioned it, and I think that's really awesome, because I do agree that in the games there were times when you would be in this tone and you'd pick an option and it would not sound right.
No.
So the idea of having a tone that they pick up on over time, not to say that you can't, I was excited. A lot of people were like, I'm so glad to be able to make choices in this game and not have to worry that my bar isn't going to be high enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something everybody gets to, and I'm very happy.
I was I didn't see that much on PB other than I felt like everyone was kind of a little hard on her, which, I mean,
well, we did see finally footage of that notorious tackling scene with Scott where she straight up just like tackles Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems happy, but like I was like, all right, this is feeling weird. I was initially into it, and then I was not. But
yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. It's like I want to reserve judgment because we're also, the thing is, like, you have to take into consideration, like, we don't know what these reviewers like feelings on feminism are either. So I don't know if they're being super hard on her because she's a woman and like not what they were expecting, especially since she does not fit the mold of like an Asari from what we've seen, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm just anyone who says my favorite food is something I haven't tasted yet, like if I met that person in person, I would be like, you seem,
give me an answer,
yeah,
please.
I'd be like, what does that mean? What is that? It's something you haven't tasted. Does that mean like nothing you've ever tasted was very good, or what are you
that would be
about?
What if it turns out
have
that
you
she
had
doesn't
cake?
have, maybe her taste buds don't work, like that is a viable option.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
a serious issue.
That would be some representation right there of people who don't have taste buds.
Yep, it would. She's adventurous, sometimes spiky. She lives in one of the Tempest escape pods. All right, this is getting a bit much.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she's really trying really hard.
To be honest with you, some of this, like when I saw that it was a bunch of group information, I would copy paste because you get this reaction of me being like, seriously? She lives in an escape pod.
I kind of hope I don't know if I'll want to romance
Why
her,
is
but
she
I kind
the
of want her
only
to be
one
my
that
like
sounds absolutely
teenage
bonkers
girl
at times?
sister, like teenage sister.
I know. I don't even know at this point. Everybody's favorite was Jaw, though. Like, I'll be real. It seemed like anytime, even if they mention no one else, they mention Jaw. And then they say he provides a window into the culture and its factions. Again, reminds them of Javik. Another thing they did talk about in this one, they talked about Vetra and how her sister came with her, which I think we already said. She's warmer than Garrus. Apparently, whoa. Yeah, warmer. They talked about Drac, badass Krogan, ancient, wizened warlord. Oh, shit.
Apparently, Vetra and Drac had like mutual friend or something that they both knew.
Oh, they say he has a gravel voice, deadpan humor of Rex, but more mature point of view. The antithesis of Grunt. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be something. He's gonna be a real interesting presence to have on the team.
Grandpa.
Yeah, scary grandpa. Grandpa who when I saw his cosplay kit and his full thing, and he has this Krogan hammer, I was legitimately scared. I was like, if this came, and not to say, and I don't find like Krogan, I mean, they're big things. They're not little ponies. I'm not like, oh, I mean, sometimes I am at Grunt, but when I saw this, I was like, holy shit, he could smack me with that thing and I'd be just mush on the floor. So it was scary. And I don't mean like, figuratively. I mean literal mush. I would be, smushed. I would die with this hammer. It is gigantic and he scares me. But for sure that will be useful on our missions. Some people talked about Sam. Again, how he was created by the riders' parents, both their parents.
I'm excited we can have philosophical discussions about existence with him, kind of like we did with Edie, but it seems like it'll probably be deeper because,
Yeah, I did hear that he apparently doesn't get jokes as well as Edie. And I also read that he will know more about our family's backstory, which apparently we don't know. Like, I'm not sure if our characters don't know, or if they're just saying, like, we'll figure it out through that. But I guess he's a thing. And, I mean, we all predicted it. Everybody predicted it, especially me and you. But it seems like, at least in the beginning of the game, our dad's real distant. We hear about our mom. We know in the beginning what that situation is, vaguely, I guess. But our dad, he's not nice. He's as I said, having you do push-ups when you use a baby. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a nice man. So, I mean, I'm not going to get into spoilery stuff because I think there is some stuff vaguely mentioned about the beginning, but just basically he doesn't seem like he's particularly close to you.
Welcome to the Bad Dad Club, Sarah and Scott.
He seems more like he's like our leader versus our dad.
Yeah.
And I'm more with that than him being the lovable papa who dies. We don't know what happens to him. No spoilers there. I genuinely don't know. I don't think anyone said it, so
no.
It's fine. Apparently we were going to feel a connection to him initially from some sort of trick they play on us, but it's like no.
Gotta love it.
We've already talked about how in the beginning shit goes bad and that kind of propels us into our situations, but Sam is the key to our past. We'll be collecting ships still, model ships. Interestingly enough. I already talked about how Lexi likes Drac. And apparently they called the reason we don't see the other twin Gnarly. somebody did. I think that's what they said, the hidden accent, you know. There were some times when I couldn't understand, but gnarly. So I'm looking forward to that, to either be devastated or whatever, but it's apparently a good reason. More on Lexi. She has a lot of wisdom. She advises you, and she's the first person you see when you wake up, which I think is really cool. I'm so happy that, oh gosh, I'm forgetting, Natalie is her voice. She's professional, but sometimes that slips over. And as you said, she's 275, and she keeps the British accent for that role, Natalie. And she's kind of gruff. So I'm really excited about her. I didn't think I would be, but I am.
You know who I'm excited about being in Mass Effect? So they announced that Kumail Nanjiani would be voicing a space frog, which I'm assuming is a Solarian, because that's not a Turian, or I can't see him playing a Krogan.
We don't have
or
a Drow.
Turian, or
Drells aren't there as far as people said.
Drow might, but I don't think they're going to be there.
Nobody playing the game reported a Quarian Drell, or what was the other one? Hanar, or I don't know. They basically said there was no new races they experienced.
Yeah.
So.
And his voice is very Solarian. Like, I feel like it suits
he's
Solarian.
The best.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm a
He's
huge
super
fan
funny.
of him. Huge fan. He's wonderful.
But I'm really excited. But I was hoping that they were actually going to, like, introduce us to his character, but maybe they're going to do that soon.
Yeah, we have a lot coming. I mean, we have 2 briefings left, and then we have more. I don't know how many parts are in this combat series, but I have to think at least one more. I don't remember. I think there has to be more. So we've got stuff happening. I can't think of any other events, but for sure we'll get more bios. I would expect maybe not today, maybe tomorrow or next week. I hope we get Jaws. So that would be really great. I don't know, though. I worry they won't, because they didn't ever really confirm him, except when literally it came out today and we saw his little icon, the other combat trailer. So they weren't even into confirming him, and they still won't confirm his voice actor, and they're being real tight on it. So who knows? But we have, oh gosh, the trial play starts on the 16th.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. So I need to find out when that goes live, though, because should I be staying up? Should I be waking up early in the AM? Like, I just need to know, because I don't want to miss a second, and I'm okay with being sleep deprived and crazy.
I have work that day. I have overnight work the 13th through the 16th.
No.
So
damn it.
Yeah. So
wait, when do you get home though? Not till the 17th?
I don't know. I told her I had to be home early in the morning, but I said it was for a appointment.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fine. You're totally fine though.
Yeah. So
you're fine if it's the 16th. No problem.
Yeah.
No problemo.
But I'm still worried, because sometimes she'll say okay and then she'll still show up late. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But fingers crossed.
You know what? You just stay off social media, and I won't send you nothing.
Oh, I don't care about spoilers. I'm gonna be reading everything and looking at everything, because
I care. So
for those of you who don't know, I don't care about spoilers at all. If you want to tweet me or talk to me about anything that I've never seen, I've probably either read the Wikipedia on it and been like, I don't really want to watch that, or I'll just be like, cool, I might watch that. It sounds stupid, or it sounds okay.
That is a good part of our friendship, is that I can like share things with you that are major spoilers, and I know you won't care.
No.
Whereas I'm like, don't you do this to me.
It's a hard life to live, not caring about spoilers in a world full of people who really care about spoilers, because you want to talk about stuff, but you can't. But luckily I have Ryan, and Ryan does not care about spoilers either. And so we're just
That's
a
nice.
chamber of spoiling stuff for each other and
so
being
nice.
like, do you want to watch that? And then the other's like,
you're literally
okay.
the only person I know though who doesn't care.
I don't care about them at all. Like, I'll still cry, I'll still have emotions, I'll still feel things. I like to see what's coming a lot of the time.
Oh, okay. Another thing on Vetra. Sorry to derail you, but
no, I'm fine.
Acts as the ship's stern mother. This is what another person said.
Oh, yeah.
Caring for her crewmates while also being coldly analytical. Maybe they were a butthole, and she was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, because it sounds very different from warmer than Garrus. Like, how can you be warmer than Garrus?
Listen, people's experiences and the way they act must inform it. So they also called Liam and Cora fun. They're real descriptive. And they said, PB, you can flirt with I guess we could talk about Gil Brody, who I think they said had a Scottish accent as well. It's so confusing. I don't know, but his voice actor is played Renly Baratheon, who was the best gay boy I can think of in Westeros.
Well, apparently he responded well to male writers' flirtations.
So I'm hoping that's because everybody. Listen, I may not be interested in men or may not be a gay man, but if I was, I would be romancing his voice because he's cute. He's nice. Mm-hmm. I can respect it. Mm-hmm. So, and I saw some people that were happy about that. I'm like, bring it on. I don't know. I can't, but he seems cool. Anything else on him? I was trying to look at my list. Mr. Maybe not. Not really a bunch was said. There's spoiler stuff I'm not going to go into, but we do know that Reyes we encounter early in the game. We don't know his race, but because they didn't mention it, I have to think he's human. Why are there a lot of human dudes? I'm bored. Give me more aliens. Says me.
Where are the aliens? Where are they?
Where are the aliens at? Because, because somebody referred to a Scot being on board who was filling our Star Trek quota. So it's really hard for me to tell who they were talking about. If they were talking about Suvi, or I don't know. Probably.
They also said you can, did I already say this? I don't know. I'm going to say it again. But apparently you can, at the beginning, you tell the game whether your shepherd was female or male.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally skipped over that important thing.
Mm-hmm, which is a big deal. And they also, recently, there was a tweet where someone was like, does Garrus find shepherd after the war if she lives? And they were like, yes, ... which I'm sure is more of like
so
a
does
sure,
Liara.
But
so
yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure no he was being serious. I took that as serious.
I want to believe he was being sincere, but I mean either way, whatever, it's canon, baby. I don't give a shit.
Yep, it's canon. Nobody can take it away.
Nobody can take it away from me or anybody. If your sheppy survived, she found her love interest, or they found her.
And why wouldn't they?
Exactly. She's shepherd, for fuck's sake.
Make a good choice, love interest. I mean, Liara recovered your fucking body.
Exactly. She
could do it again. Do you think she's not? Yeah, she's gonna get you. She's gonna find you, and she's like gonna bring you back. She's gonna find the other elusive man. All right, a fresh one, and it's gonna happen. Some things about the beginning of the game. Apparently, very early on, we have conversations. We can't have conversations with people on the crew. We ask them why they joined, stuff like that. So we'll get most people. Maybe PB won't tell you much, but because apparently she's more reserved. We have the options to go in gun blazing during first contact. I guess they have a discussion as what. Not to go too in depth, but I guess there's a discussion among them like, how should we approach this? I don't know whether that is actually an option when you get to picking the options, but it's something discussed, or be peaceful. They got to see some places like Habitat 7, which I think, was that the one that they picked out as maybe being for humans? I can't recall. Then they talked about Kadara Spaceport, which we've seen. In their market, I think they're the place that has a club. A lot of people, one person compared it to a Hong Kong market, a really cool place. And then also in that same planet, you can go to the Badlands, which is apparently a place you're going to have a good deal of questing to do, I think, in the beginning. Talking about, Courtney Woods, who is someone we talked about, who wrote for The Descent, is writing Dr. Lexi. And I loved The Descent, so that obviously made me happy. Mm-hmm. Loading screens apparently are not a bad thing anymore, and they're not like that frequent, which is appreciated. I did hear though about doors being very slow to open. Yeah. Now that will probably be fixed.
Probably. They said it was like 2 to 3 seconds of waiting, and like that sounds miserable. Like
that would happen in the other games too, and I'd be like, oh. What I'm so excited about is research, because we will be able to pick up research. There's blueprints in the game, and you can use the points from research to make guns and etc. And I love stuff like that. The whole customization and crafting, I'm pretty into it. So I'm really excited about that one.
As long as it's better than Inquisitions, because Inquisition, I feel like you could make stuff, but half the time I was like, this doesn't work that well.
Yeah, it's not as good. Or
it was ugly.
Yeah. Well, I'm more into the upgrading stuff.
Yeah.
Although, as I said, I forget. But like, if I remember, that'd be good. Some planets, as we have seen in the combat stuff, you'll see like in a corner, it's like really cold or really hot. So there'll be times when you need to stick to shade or go in a building when you get overheated, which is realism that I don't necessarily want, but there it is.
That's like that mission on, God, I can't remember what the planet is, but it's where you get Tally in ME3.
Oh.
Or is that ME2?
I don't know. That's ME2.
That's ME2.
Yeah, because that's ME2.
That's where you meet Calrica.
You have Miranda.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Scavenging, which I think is researching to them. It's a big thing again. There's like, I think we saw that center in the Tempest briefing. I think that little thing in one of the rooms was where you go for research. I want to hear more about that. Oh God, what do they call it? It's like our little garden. That's the wrong word. You know, our oh God, what word did they use?
Like a bio something or another?
Yeah. There's one for plants housed on your Tempest, but there was also like a botanical garden, maybe again wrong word, on the Nexus. Not a lot of people talked about the Nexus though. So I don't know if they spent a ton of time there. People experienced the Nomad. They liked it. You can totally run people over, which I appreciate. That's something in Borderlands I love to do. I just love to run people the fuck over. I'm a bad it's a lot of fun to run over the they're creepy ass dog things, but not. Saying dog makes it sound awful, but they're really gross animals that I won't compare to dogs. Okay. I said they experienced dancing, right? I don't remember. Getting Sam connected doesn't go smoothly. So that's fun. In the beginning, we'll see that it's been 635 years.
Wait, getting Sam connected. Isn't he connected
34.
to your he's connected to all of
Brain.
your
Listen, here's
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Here.
Don't jump to this conclusion.
Oh my god.
I was going to jump to this conclusion. You back off of my conclusion.
Wait, is it that you're scared that the other twin it fries his nervous system or something?
Yes, that's what I'm scared of.
Oh shit.
That the implant is fucked up. Guess what? I keep saying it. Although I have had a change of heart about the whole Scott thing. I'm much less like, because they have different backgrounds, they're different people. And I'm going to play as Scott eventually. And I like his voice actor. So I don't feel quite so like, oh, Sarah, I'll feel bad either way. But it's going to be hard. And that is what I'm thinking, because here's what I don't understand. Are we implying that this happens after they wake up? Or is it how does this happen? I don't get the implant. We're going to have to wait and see. I know, but I'm just saying, as soon as you wake up, they put it in you, or was it always in you and it gets activated? I don't understand.
I have a feeling it's going to be once you become the Pathfinder. Because what if your dad's not there to make it go over smoothly? And so...
One question. What if initially, because you picked... Say you pick Sarah. Now you go in and Scott, when your dad, whatever happens to him happens, and they need a Pathfinder, and so somebody's going to become the Pathfinder. Say it always chooses who you're not playing as.
Right.
And it's Scott. So Sarah's like, okay, you're playing Sarah, and Scott is going to get his implant to become Pathfinder, and it fucks up, and... Oh, that'd be harsh.
That would be harsh. And then they'd be like, well, time for you to do it. And you're like,
no, what the fuck?
Okay.
How about it's like, who can survive this? Whichever twin can survive gets it. And you're like, what the fuck? I just walk away. In line with the whole whether you choose female Shep or M Shep as your who you played, I just assume that means that at one point you'll read something that says she or he.
Yeah.
That's all I interpret it as. There's an archive, the Mass Effect archive, which is a forward save importer. Now, I haven't heard a ton about this. But I think it is a thing. I think that was from IGN. Our twins will be pretty different. And other fun fact, in the Andromeda galaxy, mushrooms are considered the grass of the galaxy.
So weird.
So, I know, my worst fucking nightmare.
So squishy.
Fungi.
Ugh.
I hate fungi, and I'm going to be real scared. Like, it gives me the creeps. Anything that... Fun fact, I had like a little jar of coconut oil that I use on my cat because he has like dermatological problems. His paws are always dry. So I opened it up yesterday and there was like little black dots on top and it was like mold. And I wanted to vomit. Like anything that I remotely looks moldy or buggish, I lose my shit. I still don't know the word for it, but I'm afraid of bugs and like anything associated with bugs. It just gives me the creepy crawlies and I feel like I want to barf and I itch and I shiver. Holy shit. So I'm just hoping I think I read something about spiders in the galaxy, but I just can't handle that shit. I can't. Get it away from me. And for some reason, I guess I include mushrooms in that sort of fear. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but like anything that I consider gross in that line is like, ugh. Holy fuck.
So, okay, spoiler alert, or not spoiler alert, trigger warning for anyone who has trypophobia. We talk about trypophobia in the next segment, so you might want to...
Just pause.
Taylor has a fear of, she's trypophobic, which is the fear of, like, holes, you know... sort of like lotus pods, that sort of thing.
A lotus pod? What's a lotus pod?
It's where, it's like, kind of looks like a big flat flower, but then it's got holes with little like, I'm sorry, Taylor, I know she's listening to this and being like, shut up, Becca, shut up. And then it's got like little round sort of gross holes that little things fit into. Basically, like
that upsets me too.
Yeah, well, then you're trypophobic. If anyone is afraid of like if you see a bunch of spider
of something
eyes,
things could
or
be
you
inside
see,
of
like pores close up, and you're like, that's really gross, and it makes me want to vom. You might be trypophobic. Fun fact.
I'm grossophobic. Is that a thing? I interpret a lot of things as gross, and I hate them.
One of the witches in Witcher, you know, in Witcher 3, the one
God,
with the eye thing.
Yes,
that's
I can't even
trypophobic.
look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. I hate it so much. I see that thing and I want to kill it a million times, and the idea that it doesn't die upsets me. She's the one that gets away, and it's really upsetting. Spoilers for Witcher 3. When she got away, I was like, I'm gonna fucking find you and murder you again. I hate it so much, and whoever made that decision is a piece of shit because that haunted me. I was shaking all over. I just hate it. It's so gross. Anyone who hasn't seen it, it's as she said, it's like the eyeball is like has flies around it and holes, and it's
Okay, we're done talking about it. You're good.
I feel like throwing up.
Everything's fine.
I feel like throwing up. Okay. People said when they went to Katara, the planet, they found more of an open world that had been discussed, that they heard about. It's open, they agree. Whatever that means. It's an outpost world with ramshackle settlements and seedy bars. They dealt with local intrigue, taking sides in disputes, more subplots. Oh, Alec Ryder, more on him. He goes boldly into the new world because he believes they're making history. Oh, he's one of those. He's making history. He's Hamilton, but not. When you interact with your father, you can choose different answers that indicate the tone. You can be sarcastic, obedient, or skeptical. They show different levels of familiar closeness between father and child.
I wonder if he's going to be closer with one twin than the other.
You know, he's probably going to be like, it should have been you.
Probably.
And you're like, Dad, you know what? I'm just going to play it as shitty as possible. Like, I'm going to be the worst, and only to him. It's going to be beautiful. Look forward to that. I'm still debating whether I'm going to record all of a playthrough. On one hand, I think no. On the other hand, I think, It seems like a lot of work, but I mean,
I'm going to try and record all of mine, but
yeah, you say that, and then you're like walking the fuck around doing nothing, and you're like, is this? And then you're editing for 1,000,000 hours. It's a lot. People don't understand.
It is a lot of editing. God.
Maybe streaming it though, but still, then you have, I don't know.
Maybe I'll stream
your
it. I don't
choice.
know. I can't decide. And then I can edit together like a great. I don't know if I even want to edit it. Fuck that.
It says not only do your party members, those who you choose, feel well written and fleshed out, the rest have received the same attention. So people outside of your squad will apparently also be awesome. While your non-combat crewmates, the pilots, scientists, engineers, and doctors, were very much secondary characters in previous games, this time it feels just as much attention has been lavished upon them by BioWare's writers. Awesome. Very exciting, especially for people like me who are worried about the idea that there won't be enough diversity in our main squad. And yeah, so that apparently the side characters won't be treated as trashy, which is nice. Your crew will interact with each other over the intercom, much like Liara speaking to, Garrus and whatnot. But they're in the freaking other room. I never got that. Go over there, Liara. I'm just saying. Am I the only one who felt that way? She could just walk right there, but I guess not.
Yeah, that always bothered me too. I was
Very
like, I
judgy.
know y'all are busy doing stuff, but I mean, everybody takes breaks, like stretch your legs. I don't know.
Yeah, I
it
know.
didn't make sense to me.
They're busy. And yeah, I skipped over this, but yeah, they call oh yeah, people are calling her Scottish. I want that clarified, and I hope they do. Male rider gets to flirt with Gil Brody, and that's great. That's good stuff. Stuff goes wrong. Spoilers. Not a spoiler. Everything goes wrong all the time, and that's pretty much the point of BioWare games. Oops, it went wrong. Dragon Age 4.
Yep.
Oopsie. Trying to find anything else. I literally might have gone through it. We talked about Reyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. And that's it. That's all I got. So, got anything for me?
Yeah. So the most important thing that we can take from all of this is that they said that we could make hideous characters, which means we're going to have some prime content for Monster Factory.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that brings me so much joy, even if this game is horrible. Like, that is the one bright beacon of light that we can take away from this and go, it'll be worth it, as long as we have a good Monster Factory out of it.
Ooh. I'm seeing something. BioFan said that she was Scottish. So.
Yes, that's right.
As I said, Katie Townsend might be the Scottish. Oh, she is from Scotland, even though her accent, I think, was Irish in Fallout 4. So I'm thinking Katie Townsend voices her, which would at least make it more interesting because I know she's very talented. And we actually have a picture that BioFan, thank you, he enhanced it sort of or zoomed in, and it looked like it could be her because she's in the front of the ship. And this particular person has, I think blonde hair, a blonde bob. Lexi has a crush on Drac, yeah. I mean, I don't see it, but just hope he doesn't drop dead while you're doing it. It's okay.
Oh my god!
I'm so bitter.
Brutal.
I know. I'm bitter that he's not my soft Krogan. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm upset about it too.
There are no soft Krogans.
Oh,
they don't exist.
I got so mad because I'm like, you're totally forgetting about what's his name, the poet, the Krogan
I know.
poet.
Well, and then I told you that I literally never give the advice of her to marry him because I think that's bullshit, and she deserves better. I'm very judgmental. If you couldn't tell.
But he loves
But
her.
you know what? I hope Lexi and Drac get it on. Did that sound authentic?
Not really, but I'm sure someone believed you out there. I didn't, but maybe
I
someone
meant
did.
it. I meant it. I'm not gonna go. No, I'm stopping myself. I'm okay. Oh boy. Let me just all right, anything else you want to talk about? Any of your thoughts? Any thoughts stuff? Now I can't speak.
Why won't they just announce
speak for me.
like one romance
For Sarah, because
just
we have one. We have one for Scott. It makes no sense. There's no equality. It's not. I think I'm drunk. I don't know on what. Maybe excitement. It might have been Natalie Dormer. That might have like pushed me over the edge, and now I'm just like giddy.
I don't know.
But anyway, the point is we deserve it. And I've mentioned that too. I feel bad though. I talked to you about it, but like I tweeted at one of the devs, I won't state who, but one of them, and somebody else responded and didn't sound quite as like the tone I was going for, and then they responded to me. And I think that dev isn't answering me because I'm a butthole, or they think I am. And I felt bad. I was like, I didn't mean to be offensive. So now I'm like, I'm not going to reach out to him anymore. But if you guys have any questions, I highly suggest you tweet them at Ian Fraser, because he's been really great, and I like him a lot. He's a nice boy, nice gentleman. He answered my drone question, which I will forever appreciate. But social media is weird. I'm checking it now just to make sure we didn't miss anything new.
This is the first year I've ever used Twitter. I was like,
I know, right?
It's really weird.
It is weird. I realize that I don't always read sarcasm or anything like that. Like, I don't get it in real life. You know, it took me 3 years to see that transparent was transparent. Like, I didn't get that transparent, you know? It took me, might be more than that, maybe 4 years. How long has it been out? I literally didn't know until a couple months ago. I didn't pick up on that, and that isn't even like sarcasm. That's just like basic understanding of puns. Would you call that a pun? I don't know.
You and Jal are going to have so much to talk about then.
Seriously. You know, me and Jal, no, I really do think that he and I will be so close. And I'm really... I guess I should have said it when we were talking about it, but the whole Vetra thing, like, I'm so into that. She sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody read her on, like the person being like, oh, she seems cold, motherly. It's like, you know what? Give it to me. Because you know what that tells me? You'd probably read me like that too. I'm not going to curse. But you do a Marge.
Yeah. You butthole.
You butt. Takeaways.
Yeah.
Excitement. Excitement because, like, spoiler, please skip ahead 1 minute to avoid spoiler. Natalie Dormer's character on Game of Thrones, I didn't truly appreciate, because I think I'd kind of been sucked into a lot of that narrative and the way they were pushing it to be, and you kind of weirdly enough get sympathetic towards bad characters. I mean, there's no like character on Game of Thrones that I would call good, to be honest with you, and I think that's, or evil. There's just
shades of
shit, shades of gray, shades of shit, whatever you want to call it. And Marjorie, again, spoiler, you cannot blame me if I spoil this for you. She dies. So after she died, I really re-examined it, and I was like, you know what? I liked her as a character. It's a little late, but I liked her, and it kind of made me review that. And I think she's super talented, and Natalie's really good. I haven't seen her in a ton though, which is my loss, because I know that she's talented. But I'm just excited after seeing her interviews, and then I think now I'm kind of hopeful that she'll be romanceable by somebody. 'Cause I mean, would you really take that actress and not? I don't know. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun couple weeks, and everybody has been mostly good in what I've seen. Like, just, it's been good, and I'm really excited, and I'm ready. How many days is it? Let me check my calendar before we get to embark. Hold on. 15 plus 5. 20 days until 20-ish until we get to play the trial, which if you're not playing, you know, just I totally advise you stay clear of the internet, or even if you are, because you never know. I'm gonna probably play it like, oh man, I don't know how long it'll take. They said it was 10 hours, right, or something like that. I'm just gonna keep playing and playing and playing and playing, and then, you know, if I'm still conscious, I'll play some more. No guarantees, but it could happen. But yeah, like you said, Joel, I definitely think a lot of people like Joel, and I think he'll be great. I wish they would talk more about him, but I know that's probably not going to happen. I will say his color scheme and like his whole ensemble, even the poncho cape thing, I'm just digging it. I'm digging it a lot.
I feel bad because, like, as much as I'm interested in him, I'm not actually interested in him as a romance that much.
Well, me either. Yeah, I'm totally interested in his friendship and his design.
I just feel bad because everyone's been like, I want to climb that. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I have to meet him.
Well, I think for both of us, like, before I played the trilogy, I knew that I was only playing because I wanted to see Garrus's romance. Full disclosure. And I didn't really have any feelings on that until I saw, until I did the romance. So, and I think for a lot of people, it's similar. Some people are like, whoa, that alien, good space banging. Mm-hmm. I'm more like, like even with Vetra, I know that if like her personality and my experience with her didn't go over well, it wouldn't matter how much I was like, whoa, that's a mighty fine woman.
Yeah, same.
It wouldn't matter. So that's why with PB, I mean, for me, it'll be when you get in there and what that relationship is like. So
yeah,
I just hope we can have cute little dates.
Yeah.
And by the way, for anyone asking, I have asked about whether there will be a side romance in the world or a date or a hookup or something with an Angara lady, and I have been told nothing. There's nothing to tell except that I would think it would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, when I went into Mass Effect, because I played it when it first came out in 2007, and then when Mass Effect 2 came out, I remember seeing Thane and being like, ooh. And I know that apparently they designed him to be attractive to women, which I had no idea. But anyways.
Oh my God. I don't even bring up that post with his fingers.
Oh my God. That made me feel so uncomfortable. But anyways.
I know.
So I thought I was going to romance him because I saw him and I was like, ooh, he's got like a deep voice and he's got like the low cut thing. And I don't know. It seemed like whatever. And I got in there.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, And then I talked to Garrus and I was like, oh, my old buddy Garrus. And he was just so charming. And I just actually like fell in love with him like right there, and that's how it carried on. And I remember getting online finally in 2014 and being like, how do other people on Tumblr feel about Garrus? And I was like, whoa, they have lots of feelings about Garrus. I am not alone.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You can find it. I'm just seeing a post that says that Ryder can wear lots of clothes, and she has a nice suit and leather jacket complete with a scarf. What? Are these all things worn together? I'm like, hold on.
They said you can mix and match, so you might be able to.
You can wear a suit and a leather blacklet, and a scarf. Wow. I don't know if I've seen this article. Maybe I skimmed over it. I feel like I must have. Interesting. Very interesting. Scrapper. Yeah, you'll be a scrapper.
Yep.
I mean, I think. I mean, I would love to see like the in-depth information of how that works, but soon enough I will see. So I read there is banter in the Mako as well. You just ride around and, that was something that existed in 1 though too. I mean, to maybe not as much.
It was really limited, and a lot of it was like moving out and stuff like that. But here's something. I read in one of the articles that they said we have 6 squadmates. So does that mean we've met all of them? I thought we were going to have 7, but I guess we're done.
Well, I guess that Solarian,
it was the one they cut.
Another male Solarian was cut.
Yeah.
Now, I'm of the mind to always be hopeful that it'll be like a later on situation or maybe DLC. It's not that I want that to be true. It's just that I know that they can't get it done in time, and that's an issue. I always want more people, but I can't complain when I know it's a lot and they're trying to get the game out and take care of business. And I respect it. So, I mean, hopefully in the next game, maybe. I don't know. Lady Angara. The thing I'm still so, like, hung up on is the idea that if they are holding back on races, species in the Andromeda galaxy, I hope that's the case because, I mean, I think we've seen mostly factions, like other factions. So, I mean, we saw the Ket and potentially this other group. But as far as seeing like races, species we interact with, Ket and Angara, I mean, I feel like there should be more. I'm still kind of afraid. Maybe afraid's too strong of a word, but concerned that we won't get more interactions.
I'm worried because we haven't seen
aliens.
many that aren't bipedal, like 2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah,
upright.
Yep. They all seem kind of human-y. Kind of.
Humanoid.
Not the cat, though. Humanoid, that's the correct phrasing. And the cat, I mean, those images that we kind of saw, that they look like tonsil stones. Were those the cat that it's like, is that bone?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Those are cat?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, God. You know, never mind. I'll join Angara team. I don't want to do that.
I don't know.
I don't care. No personality can make me feel right about that mucus. I can't do it. I can't. There's only so many things. And you know what? Here's the thing that I appreciate. It's like with Garrus, he's not like mean about it, but he's like, when you first approach him in 2 about, you know, your liaison, he doesn't seem like he's totally into the way you look and stuff. It's not like a physical thing as far as I know. He doesn't even know how to compliment you. So I always have a hard time when it's like the aliens are like into us. It's like we must seem really weird to them. Like I'm not into that mucus man.
Well, that Nick comes
woman.
across as kind of fetishy, and that's what I liked about
It
Garrus,
does.
that he was just like, I just really like
was
you.
like, eh.
I trust you.
You're kind of gross though, P.S. I would have liked that.
Yeah.
I've totally read some alien human romance where they're like, inside their head, this was like a POV chapter, and they were like, they're hideous or something. I was like, I love it. I love it. You're hideous too. You're disgusting. You disgust me.
But I love you.
You disgust me. You disgust me, but I love everything about you, but you're really gross.
But you're really gross.
I love you in spite of your disgusting flesh. Anyway.
Just goes back to like, if you don't love someone if they didn't have a corporeal form, do you really love them?
Very true. Very true. The answer is no. Because this is a her situation. And as you know, I was so into that movie. Oh, God. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Still holding out for my robot girlfriend someday. It could happen. You don't know.
Well, then, like, part of her personality was like to be friendly and like you and stuff, because she's your personal assistant. So I was kind of like, this doesn't seem like a even playing field. Like,
No.
I don't know. Her bothered me on a lot of levels. That and the clothing was so ugly. I was like, this is the future? I don't want it.
It was.
I don't want it.
I mean, I feel like we talk about her a lot in the as for people that don't like this film.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we have a problem with voice. What would be the term? Voice love? Falling in love with vocals?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, what do you even know? It just messed up. It's messed up. And I felt bad because when I heard Scarlett Johansson's comment about Ghost in the Shell and how she was putting feminism over, I don't know how she phrased it. I don't even want to repeat it. But the point is, I was like, and I defended you sort of at one point. Not for that. I mean, I kind of defended like, oh, well, she's good and stuff. She just makes awful decisions, I think I said. But now I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. You have betrayed me. You have betrayed everyone.
Yep.
You betrayed yourself.
We're done.
I am
Washing
betrayed.
my hands of you. No.
Yeah. Everyone just, lets me down. I can't even, it's actually funny because a friend of mine is Scottish, and I'm just thinking to myself, that'll be interesting. There's not a lot of that I can think of Scottish women in video games. I can't really think of any. I want to Google that lady's voice. What did I say her name was? Katie something?
Okay, you'd rather be off murdering a pint. This'll do.
Well, that was a very short little clip, but I remember her voice and I really liked it. So, I mean, there's, like I said, who knows when, if Miss, what do we call her, Navigator is voiced by Katie Townsend, that could change things for me.
Suvi, Solvi.
Yeah, I'm just done. I won't comment on it anymore because appearances, species doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It'll be like you get in there and you're like, you.
I choose you.
It's just you. I flicked my hands out and I was like, you. Back here. I'll make you uncomfortable. You're my employee. God, it's inappropriate every time, but that's kind of your job. But a lot of people, I will close off by saying that they were like, I really appreciated playing as Ryder because it was much less of a formal kind of in charge tone to it. There was definitely more fun in what they played in terms of
well, they said the tone was
voice.
It picked up from where the
like,
Citadel DLC was, which is
yeah,
amazing. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Me too.
That, and they said it felt like Mass Effect, which was my biggest fear. I was like, what if it doesn't feel like Mass Effect? Like, what if I get in there and I'm like, this isn't what I love?
Yes, very true. I should know that people aren't my cup of tea when they say they don't love Mass Effect 1 because, like, I'm the first to say that, of course, like, I think I had to play that on easy last time because it is so hard for me not to die. I just die and I die and I die because the combat is tricky as fuck. But I think the story for what it is like maybe my favorite in all the games. Not to say that I don't love two for its characters, but like if I had to pick a game to be my favorite, it would be the first one. And so when somebody says that they don't like Mass Effect 1, I go, well, I guess you're not going to be my type of friend.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well,
but
there's that like sense of wonder that you don't really capture in ME2 or ME3, where you're like in ME1, you're just like, oh, this.
I feel real rushed in the rest of the games, and then I feel kind of bored in 2. I feel rushed and bored, I feel like there's something I should be doing that I'm not doing because I'm busy doing all these things. And as I said, I will never be able to put the logic into like why I need everyone to be loyal and go see your dad and help you with all this before you'll commit to saving the galaxy. Like, I just still don't understand. I will complain about it forever. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. That's not incentive to live. Like, you're gonna die if we don't do this. Everyone will die. Okay. God, I'm so pissed.
But first, I really need you to go do this thing for me. Like, what?
How about no? How about you? We should do this right away. We should only focus on the mission, all right? We're all gonna die. Does no one care? That's me or Shepard. Does no one care that we're all gonna die while I go around and help you? Like, just come on. Your dad will be dead either way if we don't do this. All right. I'm very enthused. Oh, man. But, I'm going to be an explorer, and I'm going to have my drone, and I wonder how perks work, though. I'm interested in that. I'm real interested. Like, how far you have to be in. I'm just going to be a mess. I think I'm going to put points everywhere, and it's going to be a freaking mess. But I hope that's something they embrace, because I should be allowed to be, like, biotic-y and tech-y and explorer-y. I want them all. I just want to do. So. Oh, one more thing, though, that was in the combat. I believe Jaw was called... Oh, damn it. They say Reyes is not a Quarian. Where are you getting that information from? I shouldn't check Twitter. Not a Quarian, Aaron Flynn said. Don't do this. If he's a human, there's just too many human men that I'm seeing. No offense, human men. But... well, frankly, as I said, I would mostly take aliens, so it's not really a gender thing so much as, like, I know that there's at least those two on the side, and I'm just, like, bored, What was I saying before I wanted to check? Oh, Joel's, okay. We got what they're called when you go to choose your squad. Cora is referred to as the Biotic Commando. Vetra is a drifter mercenary. PB is, as we know, a rogue academic. Liam is a crisis specialist, so I'm going to be coming to him to help me a lot. Veteran warrior is Drac. And Jal is a resistance fighter. And I had this conversation the other day with MJ about what he could be, and with all the things we know about him, and I believe he had a rifle in that shot. I think he's an infiltrator type. For sure, plus his little monocle. I mean, and as somebody who likes infiltrators, I hope he is, because that would be cool. And I'm going to be sniping people so much. There'll be so much sniping. And Cora will be like, can you help me? And I'm like, I'm sniping, okay?
I'm busy.
Give me the shot. Give me the shot. I don't want to get in there. But yeah, anybody who has not checked out those combat videos, please check them out because they're real cool. And I'm trying to think anything else in there that was new. Drac is very rageful. He has blood rage, a cannon, and he's actually has points in something called a grizzled veteran. Oh, Lord. Oh, Dracky. You so angry, baby. You so angry. He's an angry baby. And Cora has charged, and shield boost, defensive training. She's like Cassandra, but maybe cooler. I'm sorry, Cassandra. I didn't mean it like that. You know I love you. And got a glimpse of that. What a menagerie has to do with? Oh, it's a collection of captive animals. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm curious what kind of menagerie Vetra's loyalty mission, because that was in the cap, takes. What kind of menagerie? I'm very interested. That's what her quest said.
Wonder if it has to do with her baby sister.
Yeah, probably. I hope we meet her sister. I hope her sister's
too.
okay. Oh, what if she loves us too and we become a family and we raise her? What if she's 1,000,000 years old and we raise her as our daughter?
Family.
God. And I love his poncho. You know what? If I could cosplay as anyone and had the motivation. Oh, he also has a really cool, like, it's not an Omni. It looks like a globe with glass inside that might be readable. I don't know of his version of an Omni, but his outfit is so cool, and I would cosplay him.
Who, Jal?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that would be the first time we see that, it's kind of like when we see Turian cosplayers, or when I see them, I get really creeped out. I sent you this, but one time I saw a picture of somebody who either photoshopped a Turian mask on their child, and it was so disturbing. Like, when I see Turians cosplayed, I'm scared because it just does not a look that is easy to implement into a human-ish face or create. Mm-hmm. It can be scary. So I'm interested to see cosplayers and how they manage that. That is a lot of like flesh, and that it will be a feat, but I'm sure it'll be cool. And I want his poncho. I hope the Mass Effect store comes out with a poncho.
That would be great.
I want that blue poncho.
Mm-hmm. I want that poncho.
That poncho. That sweet poncho.
Sweet, sweet poncho.
I mean, out of all the people, I think he has the best outfit. I mean, I don't think anyone can refute that because I'm saying it right here.
Okay, I love PB's like 80s
Me too,
Blade Runner purple ass jacket with like.
Have we discussed that comic?
And it's got the like padding in the shoulders, so it looks like an 80s jacket. Like, I love that, but I hate the belly button thing.
Okay, but have we discussed that cute comic that I think you first shared with me?
Yeah.
Where she proposed that the reason it happened is because she found the jacket and it was too small.
And she was like, no, I still love it.
And then she had matching gloves and she's like, it matches my gloves. And so she, even though it was too small, she wears it like that and cinches it. And that makes it easier for me. That's a headcanon that I thank that person for because I can see that as a thing. Like, she's a toddler basically and she doesn't understand. Anyway, I can see that. And
this looks great. I love it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make it work.
We just go with it, and you know, I'm not going to be harsh and critical on anybody. If it makes her happy and she likes her belly exposed, then I'm cool with it. Cool. I mean, I think the belly exposure is something that Mass Effect has always done that I have always been like, I don't understand. I mean, I don't, but cool.
I get frustrated just because it's the whole like debate where people are like, well, that's what she wears, and it's like, yeah, but a team of lots of men designed it first, so is she really, does she have any agency? Because she's not real, so it's these people dressing her up. But the headcanon made it easier for me to go like, okay, this is in line with her
Sometimes
character.
You have to make up stuff to make you feel not like
gross,
massively disappointed in things. Well, I'm still excited about Gil, and we got a lot of good information. And
Yeah.
as we get closer, it's just going to be a lot more. So we're going to keep covering it probably up until, I don't think we'll be making anything for, well, if I start playing on the 16th and you start playing on the 16th, yeah, we might. I mean, hopefully the briefings all come out before then, but to be honest, probably not. And we'll try to make time for it. And if not, you can totally follow us on social media stuff, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it there, but we're probably going to be avoiding, spoilers when we're actually playing it. So
I won't.
that's what she won't, but I will. So if Becca wants to do a solo cast where she talks about all them spoilers, she can get on that.
No
and
one
I
will listen to it except for me and Ryan.
No, they will listen to it. I'll listen to it when I'm done with the game. But who knows how long that'll take? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to try to be as completionist as I can in the first run. Usually I'm not. Usually I get so excited that I just rush around. But, I might record my second playthrough, though, because I do definitely, I just feel more comfortable doing it alone the first time. Sort of with TV, like a new series will come out or on Netflix and I'll want to watch it alone, at first, because I don't want to, hear anyone else's opinions because I'm an ass. I just want to enjoy it for what it is. That's just me. I don't know. I think other people feel that way. Who knows? I don't think anything else. I mean, it was a lot, and I still feel kind of reeling, and I'm excited. Oh, man. It's so soon, Becca. It's so soon. Reyes was our last Quarian hope. And then Aaron said, maybe you're the last hope of the Quarians. What do you think of that? Or did you ever think of that, is what he said. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm the last hope for the Quarians, we got a problem. This is not working out. Because if I could will it to happen, I would. But you're not going to want to hope on me for that. Oh,
I just
God.
want to be like, excuse you. If they were the last,
You're
their
the last hope.
They would already be here. I would have brought
yeah.
them with me
I would've-
because they're
I can see that.
important.
If I had any power within me, I would do it. And I would, as I said, I would take others over them. I'm not going to Sophie's Choice it here for you, but maybe I am. Quarians, I would leave some others behind. I said I would leave Slayerians behind, and I would. Not because I don't like them, but because I'm willing to give it up. And P.S., if anyone, maybe one person, probably not, has watched my playthrough, I think you know what? It might not have come out yet, but I tried to do the thing where Morden lives, Unfortunately, there were things required to let him live I didn't do. So basically, I tell him, hey, don't cure the genophage. And he's like, and he gets really upset with you. He's like, this is my mistake. He legit is yelling for him. And he's like, this was my mistake and I have to correct it. And so literally, the only way you can stop him is if you shoot him, right? You kill him. And I could not fucking do it. I have never in my life, next to when I was like, should I let Samara kill herself? And I was like, you know what? No, I can't do that. Or should I let Tally potentially kill herself? And I'm like, no. So just replaying it, I have a lot of feelings, and I'm hoping I don't feel too much during this game, but God knows I will. It's going to be a dark time.
So many tears.
So many tears, and Quarian's probably not there. And makes no sense. Makes no sense.
No sense.
Need a nap. This was a lot of information to go through, and I feel sweaty again. I don't feel good.
That's why I waited to shower, because I was like, if I get sweaty, because I get all worked up.
Listen, I couldn't wait. I'm probably going to have to do it again after, though, because I get really excited. And that's a wrap. Wow, that was a fun episode, Becca.
Yes, it was super fun. Just composite
we had
my
so
voice.
much fun. Yeah.
We had so much fun.
Good. We did. That is completely true. Accurate.
Gosh, Becca, you're so personable. Thank you, Cass.
I think I'm just giddy from being hyper focused for that long, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I wrote so much stuff. I was typing for so long.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know how to
Okay.
recover from this. What do we do? How do we not talk about this the next year?
I don't
I guess we only have
know.
a month.
I guess
but
it's gonna come out. We
Jesus.
assume. I'm surprised there's no bio. I know we're getting a lot, but I thought we'd get a bio at the same time. But
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, maybe they're not gonna release anymore. I don't know.
What? They can't not release
They would have
his.
to. Would Jaws be redacted though? Would it be like redacted? Would it just say Jaw alien? That's
I
it.
don't know. Probably. And it's just like a
It's a joke. It pops up on my notifications. Jaw alien.
and an empty silhouette of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're like, hold on a minute.
This
I
isn't
mean-
Pokemon. What?
Yeah. It's real confusing, but oh man. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I mean, I'll be thinking about it forever. I'm gonna probably watch some of Natalie Dormer's work. Wasn't she in? Oh, I have a problem. You know what? I'm trying to think what else he was in. That actor who played Renly. He was in something else. Oh, God, that awful show. He played Charlie Manson. Is that his name? Didn't he on that awful show? What is it called? There was a show with David Duchovny. I think that's still on. And I swear to God, he plays that guy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Aquarius.
Nope.
I'm fairly sure that he plays that guy in Aquarius. That guy, because I genuinely forgot his name because that story pisses me off. And
That seems like
there's
a
an
dumb
awful yeah, it is a dumb show. There's an awful scene with a really bad thing happening with his character because he's a really bad guy. So it's traumatic. I hope that's not utilized in his performance.
No stars.
This
No
no,
stars.
and I can't believe that's on. I love David Duchovny, but like I can't believe that show's on. If you've ever seen it, you know what? If you haven't seen it, you are blessed. Thank you.
Bless
Don't do it.
you. Don't do
Stay
it.
away.
Stay
Watch
away.
X-Files. That's good
Mhm.
stuff. Wink,
X-Files is good.
wink. Dana Scully,
Mhm.
Scully.
Mhm.
I love you, Scully. I want to. If a character was like Scully, I would just be maybe Ventra's like Scully. I'm basically just looking for Scully in all the wrong places. Everywhere. I just want my Scully.
Mm.
She'd be like, we're not in space. Space doesn't exist. No, I'm kidding.
Space doesn't exist. Aliens don't exist. And she is one. It do
Yeah.
not exist.
I don't exist. I love Scully. I just love her so much. Now I want to watch X-Files. Oh, God. Oh, God. That would be amazing, though. It'd be amazing. I've had fantasies about that. It's okay. Like, my dream would be that somebody's like, well, this character, we were inspired by Dana Scully. And I'd be like, what? Oh, such good times. Such good times.
Yeah.
I hope there's more episodes, but at the same time, I don't. It's always
Yeah.
a weird experience. Reboots and,
All that. Yeah.
was it confirmed that Will and Grace is for sure coming back for episodes? I think so.
I feel like make new stuff. Like, make new things. You know what I mean? Like, there's only
know.
so many things that these
Because
characters can do.
Yeah, they have to live in that. I mean, they have to live somewhat in what we experienced from those characters way back then, or else it won't feel like the show.
Yeah.
But then you end up stuck in that place, and either you go too far away from it, or you go too back to, and either way, it doesn't remain relevant. And so it's just a lose-lose,
Yep.
we're so rebooty, and it just kills me. It kills me. Unless it's like, I don't know. I can't think of anything that I would want to be rebooted right now.
I was surprised that they
I've just
called
been
Mass
let
Effect
down.
a soft reboot because I was like, I mean, I guess, but
Well, did they say that, or was that a reviewer?
those reviewers saying it was a soft
Yeah.
reboot.
I mean, I can agree. I haven't played
Yeah.
yet. I'm just saying from the standpoint of how I perceived it when I heard about the game. Yeah, because they don't really want to think about.
Well,
the
they really did write
trilogy.
themselves into a shit corner. So, I mean, it makes
did.
sense for them to be like, let's just seal that off and go into a different room.
Yeah, they're done. I mean, you just shove your dirty clothes in a closet and you buy new clothes.
That's pretty much what they did.
Andromeda is a nice new clothes, but somewhere in a closet there's stinky,
You can
yucky,
keep one
barfed
pink
on
sweater,
clothing.
and that's it. You can keep
And
one
that pink sweater is going to
sweater.
smell like poop.
Yep, and that's the gender
And that's-
choice of
yeah.
male ship or female ship. And that's it.
Yep. And the lack of representation.
Yeah.
of-
Yeah.
presumably, we don't know yet, but insert this is true. No, I'm kidding. I don't know yet. Who knows? Who knows? God, I'm trying not to assume the worst. It is a thing. Guys, we should be more positive. You be positive. If everyone's super positive, then I can continue being negative and it'll feel good, but I know that's not how it works. So it's just been hard. I am gonna, from probably here on out, not gonna look at like I had to skim so much. There was a lot. There were a lot of people who were really respectful, but there were a lot of people that were like fully detailing stuff that happens for people that I left out because I didn't want to know it. So if you're going to go on your own and look at stuff, just be sure to skim or maybe seek a place that mentions that they're being spoiler free because people were outlining quests, and I didn't want to know those things so much. So just be careful in your venturing that's done outside here or in here. We don't know anything about keeping you safe from yourself. We can do that. That's all.
I just don't care to.
She doesn't care. I try, but just, fail. Maybe I should say I don't care, and then when I don't do it, it'll be okay.
That's my whole plan. No, I'm just kidding.
Vetra has low confidence. What did we say? What was her exact thing?
It seems like she's self-conscious and trying to prove herself, like to make up for the fact that she's insecure.
Oh my gosh. Do you know when I read that? What is the I guess they're a smuggler too. Is that what they refer to in Origins, the dwarven not royalty? What is their surname? Oh yes, it's Braska because our sister is Rika Braska. So it reminded me of the Braska because they're cartel smugglery type people, right? So Vetra, when I thought of her and her sister, I was just thinking of Braska a lot. And it made me sad because that's a sad origin. I mean, it's not like the origins can be really happy, but that's a particularly sad one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the dwarf ones, I think both of them people threaten, and in elf ones and human, I mean, there's serious assault threats that make it so uncomfortable and bad when you're a female. I don't think it happens when you're a male, but when you're a female, it's dark and you get scared.
Yep.
You get scared. I don't like it. That's something I would not take away. Origins is not my favorite Dragon Age game. I don't think. Maybe for that, but thank God that didn't happen in Inquisition that I can remember. Oh Lord. Well, we've talked a lot, and now I'm gonna go look at stuffs. And
should we do our plugs and unplugs?
Yeah, we can. Yep.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I always have. I'm going to plug. Oh, God, I feel bad plugging this one because the last episode was really a letdown. Well, you go first.
Okay.
I don't want to be let down myself. I don't want to plug something that I don't think is very good right now. So maybe when it's better, I will. Oh, okay. You know what? This is something you would plug too. I'm going to plug, oh God, what is her name? I know it. I just can't remember her first name. Damn it. No, Spotify. Hush. I'm going to plug Melanie Martinez's Crybaby album.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love that. I've been listening to a lot lately. Just thinking about my rider. I don't know why. I just have. And I'm going to plug Cora because, very recently I fell in love with her, and it's been a problem, and I'm prepared to be devastated because I always said, well, I've been saying in my mind for a while now that if one of them is romanceable by me, that would be cool. But I'm just setting myself up for genuine heartbreak, genuine disappointment. But I'm going to plug Cora and Melanie Martinez because I love them both and good and enjoyable. Okay, you go now.
Okay. I'm going to plug the show Farscape. It came out in like 99 to 2003 or something. It's on Netflix and it's a sci-fi show. And the Jim Henson Company does a lot of the alien makeup and prosthetics. And there's like two animatronic puppets, which probably sounds stupid, but I honestly love this show. And it's kind of something you can just like put on in the background and it's comfy and there's only one human in it. Well, there's like a race of people that look human, but they're called peacekeepers. But the woman, Claudia Black, who plays
Ooh,
she who plays Morrigan, she's one of the main characters and she plays Erin and she's this like tough, badass, kind of cold, but ends up warming up throughout the seasons.
Is this a cartoon? No, this is
it's live
action.
action. Yeah.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if Claudia Black was in Mass Effect Andromeda and I could romance her?
She technically is. She's
in
one of the
Andromeda?
Quarians. No, not in Andromeda, but she's one of the Quarians.
Yeah, I know she's a Quarian.
Yeah.
She's the bird Quarian. And she's also like an Asari somewhere.
Oh, really?
But you know what I mean. Yeah, she's an Asari.
I really hope she's in Andromeda.
Wait, if you save the Rachni Queen, she sends an Asari there, I think, to talk to you. And she's that Asari.
Oh, really?
And I think she's somebody else too. But yeah, she was in Andromeda as like a main squad. I want Morgan with me forever.
Yeah.
I like her a lot, and
Same.
I like her voice, and I like Claudia, and I like her son's little cute voice when he is in that game, and I just like Claudia Black, so I should check that out because I've never seen her act, with her physical form.
She's good. And then there's this other race of aliens that you can tell the Asari were very like influenced by because they're blue. They have kind of that scaly thing. They do the mind melding stuff. They're very like, I think they like live a long time. They're very sort of like, oh, we're wise and we're very this and that. Although they have male, they have, a binary gender thing. They have two genders. But yeah, it's good. It was on Sci-Fi, so it's like sometimes it's a little cheesy, but it was before really like TV shows were sort of the epics that they are now. But I love it. I
Sci-fi
enjoy
will
it.
always be cheesy, and
that's
that's kind of a
what's
comforting
good.
thing to know. Like, some of my best times have been watching Sci-Fi. There's this one with Felicia Day where she, spoiler, 1, 2, 3, is a werewolf, and it's real bad, and they're just bad. There's this one with a cyclops. There's just a lot. Now, the movies, I think, are better in the bad way, but I mean, I tried to watch The Expanse the other day, which I know is based upon these books that I tried to read, but like the first page is some dude like talking about jerking off, I think.
Yeah.
And so I was just really like, I don't know, this doesn't feel like something I want right now, but I know a lot of people really enjoyed them. But sometimes things can feel very bro-y. I heard someone mention that too about Mass Effect, that Andromeda, their playthrough, that it felt bro-y in that way that, like, not to be offensive to anyone who likes bro-y shit, but it feels bro-y, and when something's bro-y, you feel it. You feel the bro.
There's
You
no way
feel
to
that,
not
bro.
feel it vibrating through your whole
And
body.
you're like, and you feel like, I don't know, is this like, it feels like somebody made this and thought, bro. And they never thought yo or like anything else or hey girl. They just thought bro. It wasn't like hi any gender listening or non-gender. You're cool. It was just like what up, dude. And it felt bad. So I tried to watch it and I don't know, sci-fi, it's hard. I want to watch The Magicians though, which I think is on Sci-Fi. I want to read the books though first.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, Farscape, it's good. My favorite characters are Aaron, not Jane, sorry, Aaron and Pilot. So if you watch it, tell me who your favorite character is because I love it.
Okay.
What's your
was a good one.
unplug?
Something productive to unplug. I'm gonna unplug the current state of world affairs. It's not good. It's a general feeling, and that's all I got. I mean, lately I'm trying not to let things bother me as much, so
It's hard.
that's actually something that's important, okay? That's an important unplug. It's not good right now. Oh, we should have totally plugged the whole finding 7 planets and 3 that are possibly habitable.
Yeah.
And unplug that the others probably aren't habitable.
Yeah.
That's sad. That is a sad unplug.
Not a fan.
Because all planets should be able to handle life, but they're not. And I guess they're looking for signs of gas emissions that would indicate that it had similar-ish qualities to Earth. That would say that there's things that live there, or could. I don't know. I ain't no scientist. I just read National Geographic, because that's where I get my news. Because sometimes you see little cheetahs, little cute things. And, oh God, remember I think we were talking about monkeys the other day.
I hate monkeys.
Yeah, we both hate monkeys.
monkeys.
Apes, monkeys. Because I was watching this, like, Saturday morning PBS thing, or I don't know what the fuck I was on, but I can't remember what kind. I know it was God, I can't remember specifically what kind it was, but it was eating a baboon, and a little baby was eating a baboon too, a baby monkey.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, this is why I don't like you. Why do you do this shit? And it really upset me.
Well, like they've talked about how like certain I don't remember if it's chimpanzees, but they'll like have wars with each other and like rip each other's genitals off and like wear each other's faces as fucking like trophies. They're just scary and I don't like them. And the fact that people are like, oh, they're cute, we keep them as pets. I'm like, no, that chimp, once it gets to a certain age, is going to try and rip your genitals off and kill you. That's what's going to happen. Don't fucking play with them. Leave them in their natural habitat and let them do their thing. Please, just leave them alone.
It's terrifying.
Leave them.
Oh, and that forever ago now, I went to the National Zoo, and one of the pandas that was there when I was there just got moved back to China. So I just want to give a little shout out to that panda, because she is now out of America and she is safe.
Good.
Now, good journeys into China. I hope you are safe. Get away from this nation. Thank you. That's all.
Yep.
I'm very happy about that, though, because she was so cute. You know, I love pandas. They're great.
Pandas
They're
are
great. Should all be pandas. They're very smart.
I wish
Beautiful.
monkeys were pandas.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Could you imagine if they introduced a monkey, like, alien type in the games? Would we just not buy it? Because I don't think I could go through that.
I mean, we're
It's
the
sort of
closest
like-
to monkeys that exist
yeah.
in Andromeda. And
But if there was something
or in
further.
Mass Effect. And
Oh.
well, except for Pyjax. I guess Pyjax
What if they had a
supposed to be kinda
spider
monkey.
species that was supposed to be like our friends who like talked and shit?
I
I'd
wouldn't
be
like
out
that
too.
either.
I'd be out, or pig people, because unless they were like actual little tiny piggies, then I'd be like, you're my friend. But they talked real gruff, like, don't pick me up.
See, I immediately saw like the giant dire pigs or whatever from Princess Mononoke, where they're
But if
like
they were really
they have
cute.
crust in their eyes and stuff. Ugh. But cute little piggies would be great.
Well, recently, because I'm currently trying to get through, oh, frick, what is it called? Oh, God, you know the Fables game that I
Oh, Wolf
told you
Among
the other
Us.
day?
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us, and that pig and mare in that game is disturbing because he smokes and whatever, and that's like monkey smoking. That's partly why I don't like them, because you see monkey smoking and you're like, what the fuck? This is wrong. But pig smoking, even more disturbing. But this like I'm struggling with that game because he's so unlikable to me. Like, he just won't give the pig a glass of water. You know, it's very upsetting.
Yeah.
And he's mean, and I think that's why that game maybe didn't have another yet, because I just don't think what I've experienced so far, he's so unlikable. I'm not rooting for him. He seems like an asshole.
He's got a lot of problems. Bigby's got a lot of issues.
Well, I'm gonna see, but at the same time, no pig people, that's all.
No pig people, no No spider people.
They did that on the last season of American Horror Story, even though it was shitty, as I've told you. But
They did?
They did pig people, and it was no bueno. I don't like that. Nobody should be doing that. And I heard the next season, though, they're doing a political kind of nightmare situation. I know, right? That's just what I wanted.
Yeah,
I liked Hotel, and now I'm lost.
Steeping in that tea, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing that no more. Ryan Murphy kind of lost me, but maybe someday he'll gain me back, but probably not because reasons. But
I mean,
all
I
right,
watch
I
it
think
mostly
that's
as something just to watch, but
But if it's like upsetting and how stupid and pointless it is, like Roanoke was just it. I didn't even know how somebody put those words on paper and then recorded it and thought this is a story, because it was not no story that I know of, and I just feel bad. I feel bad about that, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Lesbian aliens, maybe. You never know. It could happen.
I hope.
Good stories.
Fingers crossed.
Equality. Love.
Is it too much
Respect,
to hope for?
compassion.
I'm unplugging the fact that they repeal the trans bathroom stuff.
You know what? I hadn't actually seen that. I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the gist of it. Because
Yeah.
I've been hearing about it, and I'm just so worried I'm going to get
Upset.
more depressed. But I think that's the basic point, and
I'm
it's
unplugging
shit.
that. It makes
and
me so mad. Because,
I know.
well, you saw, did you see, God, my brain is not working. Jesus. Laverne Cox, she's been on so many, like, talk shows, and instead of really talking about her new show, Doubt, she's been talking about the trans bathroom issues and how important it is, and it just, like, frustrates me so much that nobody can, like...
You're right. I have seen her on stuff talking about that. And while she's not plugging it, which I think is great and really respectable and noble of her, I will say that Doubt, I kind of enjoyed. I think I don't think it's only been one episode, but it was good. And Dule Hill, I love him so much. He's wonderful, and I hope Laverne has a big role. So you should totally watch that.
We should plug that. Let's plug it.
We should plug Doubt, because
Yeah.
I can't think of many other shows that have anyone who is trans that I know of on them and who's as awesome as Laverne. So
Other than Sense8,
the other,
right?
yeah, Sense8 and that. And could you imagine if Laverne voiced someone Mass Effect Andromeda? That would be beautiful.
That'd be cool.
Or
That'd be great.
Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too.
All right, we're into that. We're plugging that
Plugging
future
that. I'm into
idea.
it.
God, who would have thought Natalie Dormer? If you would ask me somebody who would have been like in games, I wouldn't have thought of Natalie. I mean, I played Game of Thrones and she voices her character Marjorie, but gosh, I'm just excited.
I'm really still holding out for Steven Yeun being in it.
I know. Hey, it could happen at this point. It could totally happen.
I want you all to imagine me wistfully looking out a window. Just, that's all I want. I just want
Yeah,
Steven
true.
Yeun.
Like me and Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
I hope so much. And do you know what was funny? I was looking for some reason. I was trying to find somebody who I forgot their name. And I was looking who BioWare was following, I think. And they're following PewDiePie, first of all, which
Ew.
disturbed me.
Why?
It disturbed me a lot. Oh, I don't know. I'm so bummed about that. I won't go into it because it's a lot of stuff, but I'm bummed. And they were also following Critical Role and Laura and like a ton of people on that. And some other people I didn't know why they were following, but I'm holding out for that day because I mean, I guess Steven Yeun is your Laura Bailey. I mean, is that a fair?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a fair. I love Steven Yeun.
Because you know what? You know how many times I mentioned her in my playthrough of Mass Effect? Because she is the voice of when you buy stuff. She's that voice. She's the elevator voice. And I didn't notice that because I didn't know she was when I was playing before these. Anyway, I didn't know if you knew that because no one told me.
I had no idea.
She's that voice. She's the when she talks about welcome to blank blank, and you buy shit, and that's her.
That's so weird.
An elevator. Yeah, she
That's weird.
She needs a dominant role, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, who else do we know? We don't technically know who voices. What was her name? Sylvie or Suvi? Whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any other lady we know of. But there's going to be tons of side characters. We know they haven't confirmed it, but I don't know shit. I've been wrong about so much when it comes to voice actors, but I really hope that Vivian's voice actor is indeed Sloane. And I did read that Sloane has undergone like a lot of physical changes, maybe just I hate to say enhancements, but they've refined her appearance. So that'll be interesting. But as we know, in that first one, there was a lot of complaints about the faces. I don't give a shit, but there were. So that's interesting. And I don't know. I want to know more about the Angara ladies and where are the Ket ladies? Have we seen one? Do they look the same? I don't know.
Who knows?
That would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
But you know what? Yay to no boobs on these aliens,
Yes.
because
No
that's been
boobs.
nice, because it don't make no sense. And whoever said that one thing about the Turians, how do you make a Turian a female? Just give them boobs. I hope they don't work there anymore. I can't remember, but
Yeah, me too.
I hope not. Or they've understood that being a woman has nothing to do with that.
Having
At
boobs.
all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Or a vagina.
Mm-mm.
That's right. My first vagina drop. There's my second. Oh, you know what it is? I ate those bunt cakes.
Oh, you're all hopped
Yeah.
up on sugar.
I'm hopped up on like almost a whole tiny bundt cake.
Oh,
And
no
the tiny bundt
wonder.
cakes are the size of your hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're fair.
so-
They're fair size.
they're fair size. They're about a large cupcake, I would say. They're really good though. Oh, Lord. I'm hungry. All right. I can't sit anymore. My butt hurts.
Mine too. My legs are cramping.
Everything hurts.
We're at 2.5 hours. This is so
We are.
long.
And I'm the one who has to edit this.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm going to
know.
go and I'm going to relax a little bit and do some deep breathing. And how should we sign off? I feel like we should have a better sign off, because I do that on my videos too. I just go, bye. And I'm like, I don't know if this is respectable.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm trying to be respectable, but.
we care deeply about you guys.
Oh, hey,
Um,
you can find us on Ginger and Red Hot at the Twitter.
Yes, the Twitter.
Twitter.
The Twitter.
And you can find me at Elven Tempest on Twitter. And Becca, what your thingy?
You can find my art blog at glitterfang.tumblr.com. And you can follow me on Twitter at glitterfangart. But, yeah. Oh, also, I think we're at 95 subscribers at this point. So
I know.
So
It's
on
wonderful.
YouTube.
We feel so fortunate
Yeah.
that even one person subscribed, because it's nice. So, dear listener, if you aren't subscribed to YouTube, if that's where you prefer to listen, that is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're also on iTunes, subscribing to both those places. If you do it on iTunes, you'll just get an alert that says there's a new podcast, and you'll be like, oh, that's dandy. And you can listen whenever you want. You can leave us an iTunes review or like if it's the video form.
Mm-hmm.
All these things help us spread this immense love train of Andromeda to the galaxy, to potentially that other world that may be habitable
Yeah.
far away.
Far away.
They might find out about us and they might come on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like to
You know
eventually
what?
have guests, but
me too. I know. I was thinking that we should totally invite Taylor, like after we've done. Maybe she could be for like our reaction, our base reaction.
yeah,
thing,
that'd
once
be
we've
good.
Absorbed it, because I'm fine with that. I mean, but no more than 3 people. I think right now. I think.
Yeah.
I think for editing purposes, I might lose my shit.
Yeah.
At more than just 3 people. So cool
Okay.
with. And she doesn't have to do it if she doesn't want to. But I don't really care if I can just sit back and not have to talk and be quiet. Which you wouldn't think, but I am a quiet person. But it's hard to explain that to people.
You're just excited. I get it.
I'm just excited, but when I'm not talking about something that I like, it's like, what?
No, I'm the same way. It's, why bother?
What?
Who
What do you
cares?
mean? You want to talk to me? I don't know what that is. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, like, subscribe.
We'll respond
comment,
to you.
Tell your friends, because that's how we grow as people and as I was trying to think of something as personality. No, that's fucked up. We really do appreciate all the nice comments, and I've had people like come onto my personal Tumblr and compliment us, and I was like, thank you, you're very sweet, we appreciate it all. Just be nice human beings, and we try to, and we hope you enjoyed this experience. So
I love you. Bye bye.
I love you too. Goodbye.